right. Welcome back. All right, so playing some Starforged, Vaults of Varn, and today is a special day for me. We're gonna find out the information about this vault that Ardell has figured out that the bots have kind of have been infested with nanomachines programmed to protect a Varnish vault, aka a Vault of Varn. How awesome is that? How awesome is that, I say? Welcome back, everybody. So we are going to play some Starforged, and I'm excited. I have quite a lot already recorded, and by the time this recording session gets released, it's gonna be a while. I hope I can keep things straight. And I wasn't even planning on wearing this sweatshirt, but it kind of matches the vibe. So, welcome back, everybody. I am going to first start off with a thing that I haven't done in a while, and I kind of always forget. But as we see Ardell, sort of finishing up his altercation with these bots, and the data that he has uncovered about their infestation and such. We're going to go over a move that I don't think I've really done too much, and I have not done even on this channel, and I sort of wish that I would start. I had started using it, but I'm going to start using it now. So there is a move in the game called Begin a Session. It's session moves. It's like the first page of all the moves, but most of the time you spend yourself in all of these ones, right? But when you begin a significant session or chapter of play, do all of the following. Identify or adjust flagged content. We don't really have anything like that right now. Review or recap what happened last session. Set the scene by envisioning your character's current situation and intent. In addition, you may spotlight a new danger, opportunity, or insight. This can include a scene hidden from your character's perspective. If you do envision a brief vignette, you may roll on the or choose on the table. Then all players take +1 momentum as you return to play from the viewpoint of your characters. So, what we're going to do here is I am going to do this thing. And as per always, I'm going to mark a momentum increase, which I don't need to because we're at 10. But narratively speaking, what we see is Ardell is in front of this, screen, this computer screen, and he is reading, and his protocol bot is helping him translate the data that's on the screen. And we sort of have a reverse, zooming into the screen, we see Ardell's focus as he's taking in all this new information. We zoom into the pixels, and into the pixels, into the little atoms and the little light that is creating the spring, not the spring, the screen. There we go. The pixels and the light that is creating the pixels on the screen. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Oh no, I keep hitting. Sorry. Okay. So we have what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll on this D100 roll, and this is going to be what we fade into. 89. 89 is peril lies ahead or lurks just out of view. Okay. So what we have here, as we zoom into the screen and then into the atoms, and then we follow all the like the energy that is needed, and we zoom out of the console down a wire, along the wire, up along a wall, into the wall, and then in the wall we see a bunch of little nanomachines, and they're everywhere. Just like in Varn. Varn is infested with nanomachines. And this ship, the Royal Signet, inhabited by a long crashed society of humans from space. And they have been living here ever since. And the nanomachine infested bots have swarmed them and kept them contained in the spaces of the ship that they cannot fight back. And so they've lived most of their life in a sort of self-contained, self-sustained, but very prison-like situation. But in the walls, we see the nanomachines forming not like normal mutations of the flesh, but mutations of electronics and mutations of metal, where we see the insides of the ship changing and warping into very odd looking shapes. And at one point you see a camera shift from inside the wall, morph into the wall, and then zoom, look straight at the camera. And then we cut away to Ardell taking a deep breath, just finishing his firebrand ability reset, and he's going to roll spirit. And I'm going to roll spirit here, so 4. So this is for him to attempt to recharge his fire, because I think his fire's low. Yep, his fire's at 1 right now. So his fire is at 1. He's got a 5 plus spirit of 4 is 9. That's a weak hit. So a weak hit, on a weak hit, take +2. On a miss, take +2, but endure harm. Okay, I see it. So regardless, you're always going to get at least 2, but we might take damage by doing that. Interesting. Okay, so we increase our fire from 1 to 2. Okay, that's good to know. All right. What is Ardell going to do now? What happens next? So we have this vow to eradicate or deal with the bots, and we just learned a bunch of stuff. And now we need to figure out where we're going to go next, right? So this session, I'm actually going to a brand new page, and this is for, what's the date? It's the 2nd. 24. Okay. This is something I've been trying to do more often, is to write the date of my sessions so I can refer back to them easy. It's a little wonky when this date is not going to match up to what goes up into the interwebs, but it is what it is. All right. And so we have him wandering around and gain with this new knowledge, he knows that his firebrand ability, coupled with his spore gun, can deal with these bots, these mutated, infested utility bots quite well. In fact, so what he wants to do is he wants to continue on and move on into new areas of the ship. And so I want to area, let's write where he goes next, right? So let us roll on the derelict section. And so I think we already have, yep. We have all this stuff done. And let's roll this D100. And we were in a engineering area, I believe. Let me just double check that. Medical area that turned into the trap, which is an engineering control room where there was a broken intelligence, which was that utility construct, which was a dangerous enemy. But he was able to deal with it. All right. So all right, so we got 90 on the starship. 90 is production. So production area. And what is this production area? It's page 90. I love this book. This is such a good book. Good job, Sean Topkin. Good job. 90, production. All right, so what does this area look like? We got a 43. Harvesting or mining platform. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to say it's probably a harvesting platform. My reasoning is that they probably wouldn't be doing a lot of mining as an ancient warship, but they might harvest stellar materials or space-borne debris and reconstitute them, or reconstitute? No, restructure. You know what I'm trying to say? They reorganize the materials into their raw components and make them into useful materials. So a harvesting platform. And what is a feature of this area? 18. Disassembled machinery. This is funny. Disassembled machinery. So this really speaks to me as, is this disassembled machinery part of the platform, or is it more bots that are disassembled? I'm going to give this, because of the nature of this current quest and the nature of what the bots have been doing. They've been doing this for a long time. I'm going to say this is likely that this particular prompt feels more like the machinery from or for the machines themselves. So I'm going to say it is likely. So 75 or less. 62. So these are the disassembled machinery, the utility bots, or infected, or infested utility bots. So he sees them lying around, and I'm going to have to see, he is probably going to want to gather some more information. And he's probably going to, let's see. Yeah, let's have him gather some information here. So that is going to be when you search for clues, conduct an investigation, right? So he's definitely, I feel like Ardell is definitely someone who likes to try to figure things out and gather clues and stuff. Eventually, I will get to utilize his lore hunter path, but he hasn't taken a swear of an iron vow to recover knowledge or extraordinary relic. So until then, that'll just be an unused asset. But what we have here is let's roll wits as he's combing the disassembled machinery and seeing if anything has it been recently disassembled, has it been disassembled for a long time, why aren't there any new machines around, and are there anything useful here, basic sort of investigative things. 1 and a 3 on the challenge, and a 4 plus 3, so a 7, so a strong hit. You discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, then take +2 momentum. Well, we're already maxed out at momentum. So what I will say is that that specific thing that we learn is what? Now, I think so we have an idea on how to defeat the bots. We have a method of defeating them. But they are everywhere, and it's an ancient warship. This is a massive place, and Ardell is just one person. So he needs to figure out a way to create the spore thrower gun from the machines and the materials on board. Because the spore thrower gun was the way that he was able to dismantle that abomination of a humanoid utility bot that had used the human prosthetics from the prosthetics lab from the previous session. So he's thinking proactively. He does not think that he can deal with them on his own, but he can definitely help. And so he's looking specifically for ways to create weapons and stuff. And I'm going to roll, not on the Oracle table, but I want to roll to sort of roll on one of these core oracles here, and roll on the descriptor and focus, right? Or actually, hold on. Not on this table, which is helpful. I want to roll on, so the Starsmith Oracles, again, fantastic, triples the amount of available tables from the core tables. But to be very frank, it's a little cumbersome sometimes. I almost wish that it was just double, because, and, you know, I understand why, but I almost wanted it to be all new, so it's just a third, like 2/3 the size. So, and that would feel a little bit easier for me, and this is just me, this is my own little, thing, but Eric Bright did a fantastic job in creating this and getting this out for us Starforgers. So I'm going to have him, there are tables here for items. There we go. So I have items of significance. So these are brand new tables, something that the original oracles do not have. So he still has 6 full sets of items. So yeah, and chaos. Oh, I like that. Make a discovery. Lots of options there. Okay, cool. So let us roll a d6 plus a d100. 2, so this one, and 93. 93. Item of significance. What do we find? So this item, whatever it might be, now if it makes no sense, of course, I'll probably re-roll, but whatever it is going to definitely help us. Item of significance, 93. Sprung trap. Okay, so a sprung trap. So we find a reusable trap. Now, this reusable trap is probably something that either got in the way or has kept the bots away. I'm going to ask the Oracle that. Has this reusable trap, or this broken trap, or sprung trap, sorry, was this something that kept the bots away? Just the nature of where we are, this harvesting platform, I'm envisioning that this is something that's deep into the side of the ship, but this is part of the ship that's like deep into the sand. So this window bay is just completely, covered. It's dark, and you can see that parts of the area is there's bits of sand. So sand has been getting in a little bit, and that's the visuals that I'm seeing in my head. So I'm going to ask the Oracle, is this trap something that had kept the bots away? I'm going to say this is likely. 75 or less. 43, so yes. So can be usable on the bots, which is awesome. So with that, he has this trap that it's too big for him to take, but he takes a scan of the trap and makes sure he notes down the materials that it has and everything like that. And what he wants to do now is he wants to try to, you know what? I think he's going to, I think he wants to try to, I think he's still exploring and stuff, and I think he is going to. I think this is more information. I think with this trap and this area here might be a good space for the denizens of this ship to start building. And with that, I think we're going to mark some progress on this particular vow. Now, we could roll, and this is 8 out of 10, so our action score would be 8 if we would attempt to fulfill our vow. But I think what we're going to do now is, I think Ardell has enough information to head back to the ship, or back to the residential area of where all of the other humans have been living and have been sequestered, right? So he is going to make his way back, and I'm going to roll a face danger roll, and he is going to use his expertise of having been through these areas. And depending on how this roll goes, he might have to adjust his approach, but this is just him backtracking back into finding a safe way past the bots and past the other areas, and making sure he has a good path back to this area, the production area, the harvesting platform. Because he wants to show people who can do this kind of work, this area. But he also doesn't want to trigger any alarms. Again, he doesn't want to run into any more bots. So he's going to use his knowledge, his expertise of already have been to these areas to try to backtrack. So he's going to roll wits to face danger. And, a 3 plus 3 of wits. And, it's not going to change anything because that's a 10. So this 3 is going to be a weak hit. So on a weak hit on a face danger is you succeed, but not without cost. Make a suffer move -1. So we are going to area. We're going to backtrack into what was this area that those people were in. It's not the promenade. I'm thinking like a space station. They were at a, oh my god, they were in a, wow, where are they? Medical facility, out, yep. Planet Isis, scene, starship, internals of an ancient dreadnought class, starship, yep. Oh, I never wrote it down. I know that I was describing some sort of green space or something. So I'm going to backtrack into the human communal space. Okay. And then face danger is a partial success, so weak hit. Okay. And so he is going to suffer something. Let us go to the suffer moves real quick. And let's pick out what he's going to suffer. And when you are delayed or disadvantaged, okay, for a minor setback, okay. Endure harm, endure stress, sacrifice resources. So those are the three, the suffer moves here, I think due to the nature of the narrative, he wasn't in any dire threat, but remember, there was that scene in the beginning of the session where that camera came out of the wall and looked directly at the, fake camera of our mind's eye. And then it cut back to Ardell. I think that has something to do with it. Is that these nanomachines, while the bots themselves may not know where everything is, but the nanomachines definitely do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have I think he's just going to, his momentum is so jacked. It's so jacked. Now, mechanically, I could be like, I can lose a couple of momentum. That's fine. But I'm thinking of the most obvious sort of thing is those nanomachines crawl or find their way onto Ardell somehow. And the protocol bot flares up, and his firebrand ability also flares up, and he does not understand why. So I think what's happening is I think he's actually going to take some damage. Ow! What the hell? Ziva, was that you? Ziva is the name that he gave to his protocol bot that is embedded in his temple. And he actually unattaches Ziva from his forehead, and it starts to hover in front of him. And Ziva does not speak in words that you can hear, but it makes a mental connection to Ardell and effectively emotes unknown source of surge. You have an infection, and that's all that she is able to say. And I don't know how best to convey that in terms of the mechanics. We could say that it's health by the damage from the flare-up of his firebrand ability. It could be momentum because he had to stop what he was doing and focus. I think it's going to be momentum because it's him being caught off guard by something that's wrong with him, but he doesn't really know what's going on. So momentum, I'm going to say that is not minor. I'm going to say that it's medium. I can't remember. That's serious setback is, you know what? it's a minor setback. Down the road, it might be a big deal to be infected by these things, but he's already infected by nanomachines, and infected meaning that he has this protocol bot that is basically these nanomachines constructed into this helpful companion that also happens to give him the powers of the Firebrand. That being said, being reinfected, that might come into play later with some assets. So I'm going to make a big note here. Ardell becomes infected by the warship nanomachines. Now, this is not going to come into play right now, but that was that momentum loss of him stopping and having that small conversation with Ziva. And that's so now he makes his way back to the communal space, that green space, and he's able to successfully get back there as per the weak hit of that phase danger. And I think what we're going to do here is we're going to transition from that back and forth, because he has two more slots to fill before he's like sure that he can definitely complete this vow, and he actually wants to make sure. So what he's going to do is he's going to I think what he's going to do is he's going to compel the I think his name is who is the leader now? I forget. Creed Murad, the navigator. There is a refit specialist who's an engineer. Alistan. Oh, he needs to talk to Alistan Cape. Alistan Cape. I think that's the name. So actually, Ardell's going to speak with Alistair Cape, which is the ship engineer and refit specialist. That is sort of the perfect sort of person to talk to. So Ardell tracks down Alistair Cape after he like hurriedly comes in, because he's like thinking that this is on a ticking time bomb type of situation, not really understanding that these people have lived with this problem for a long time, but he's learned some new information, and he sort of shoves his little spore gun thing into Alistair's face and goes, with this and with this, and he pushes a button on his little scanner device, and a little kind of like 3D, bluish hued hologram appears of that trap that was in the harvesting platform. It says, with these things and this technology, we might be able to completely wipe out these bots. What do you say that we try to make something out of this? Do you think that with this information we can make this work? And Alistair Cape goes, I don't know. This is a compel roll. Now, he's actively helping these people, but that doesn't mean that they will either be able to help him or anything like that. So I'm going to have him, he's trying to encourage them to figure something out. So this is a compel roll. And let's do a plus heart, which is +2, and he's utilizing the protocol bot once again. He's always using the protocol bot with these humans because they speak different languages. And the protocol bot is literally the thing that is translating their language to his and his language to theirs. So we get a +3 to this, I think. Yes. Oh, we got a 2 and a 9, but we got a 4. So it's a weak hit. They'll do what you want, but their agreement comes with a demand or complication. Envision their counteroffer. +1 momentum. Okay. All right. So we do gain a little bit of momentum from that. You know what? Huh. Yeah, he's not going to use his he's not going to burn his momentum for that. But Ardell is not pleading, but he is like showing the scans he's got. He's showing the files that he had from the computer and the nanomachines being infested, and saying that these are native to this planet, this world that they have crashed on, and explaining how it works, and saying that this spore gun that he has was able to disassemble their connection with the utility bots, and therefore the utility bots kind of reset back into their basic programming again. But needing some sort of large area to disperse this stuff, he needs the help of Alistair Cape, the ship's refit specialist. So, and I think Alistair goes, I can help, but I need more of those, that spore stuff. So, in fact, I think that all that means is that he's going to need to give up his gun. So Ardell is going to lose a supply. In that mechanical sense, he's lost a major part of his thing. And so he gives up that item, that really useful item that has been able to deal with these, over to Alistair Cape, who will now take that and make it into something new. And with that, I think we will definitely fill out these last two. And so now we vow to eradicate and deal with the bot infestation. And so he wants to finish this vow. This will be one of his first vows to ever finish. And while the bots are still doing their thing, he has gotten all the information for them. He's gotten all the stuff to build a trap and everything. And let's see how well he does. A 6 and a 9. So, or 6 and a 6. Oh, that's a what do you call? Not a complication, opportunity. Fulfill your vow. On a strong hit, your vow is fulfilled. Mark a reward on your quest's legacy track per the vow's rank. This was a dangerous vow. I think it was a dangerous vow. Dangerous vow. So we mark 2 ticks on the quest track. That is awesome. And let's see. Yep. Any allies who shared this vow also. Yep. Okay. Yes, that is so awesome. So here's the thing. We get a story opportunity. We get an opportunity. For that, I think I'm going to go to the back of the book and utilize let's see, opportunity. Oop. Let's see, what do I want to use here? Clocks. You know, I haven't used the clocks or the challenges all that much. Yeah. The scene challenges, I like the way that I've been doing things. The campaign clocks are kind of cool, but I haven't really needed to use them too much. But I don't need that. Where is combat? Ooh, right. I think it might be, there might be one in here. Let's see, story complications, story clues. So not clues, items of significance, and anomaly, and combat action. Huh. Let's see, confront chaos. Ooh. Make a discovery. So the opportunity here, I want some sort of opportunity, right? Where are we? We are in, we are actually, I'm going to use the let's see, we are technically not in a settlement, but we are in oh wow, I am drawing a blank on where all the various opportunity things are. Feature, opportunity, access, derelict. So we are currently in a community area. I'm gonna roll on an opportunity here. 13. Culturally significant object or artifact. Culturally significant object or artifact. So with some time and some long needed sort of downtime. And this is exactly a good time that it will be nice to have the Sundered Isles interlude rules and tables, which I'm very, very excited to get in PDF soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks from the time of recording. I realize that this is a perfect time that this is going to be a montage, right? So we have a montage type of situation where it's going to be Alistair and what's his face? Oh my lord, Ardell working together to build something. But I also think that Ardell is probably going to want to spend some time with his guard friend, Lux Darwin. And so because of that, I think he wants to try to make some progress on his connections, right? And the community itself. So, but there is a, what is that? Culturally significant object. Culturally significant object or artifact. Now, what is this object or artifact that he acquires? I'm going to say that he definitely acquires this. I think mechanically what we're going to do here is I think I'm going to roll on the item of significance. Now, I'm going to roll on this just because it is one way to roll a specific item. But I also, I have so many ideas bouncing off my head right now, and I can't settle on one. I don't mind when my brain does this with a game like this, because when ideas bounce off of each other, there becomes a crescendo, and that's happening right now. And I just realized I don't need either of these oracles, either of these books, because I want to, like I said, unless narratively it says otherwise, we're sticking with these tables. But culturally significant object or artifact, I think that in his downtime, Ardell is going to discover an Exotica. An Exotica is, just as a reminder, I will find the information. Exotica are where? Trade Vaults 88, Exotica 25, and 63. Nice. Okay. Where is an Exotica? So I know that the vaults themselves always have an Exotica. Let's see, tunnels, features. Yep, he's 25. Yep, so 25. Page 25 has the Exotica. 25. There we go. So Exoticas are strange, rare objects that are highly sought after. Each PC may begin in play with one, and that's how he got the Firebrand thing. But if you roll the same as another, take the next available option down. Okay. So I'm going to roll on this table here, and these are going to be very flavored for the Vaults of Varn setting, which is a kind of a strange far future, kind of thing. But I think this might be the item that he finds. And I'm going to roll on this and sort of work it into the fiction. So let's roll a d20. That's why I have the d20. Sometimes I have to roll on this book, and this uses a lot of d20 tables. All right, 5. Okay, Sandworm Horn. Blow out doors to summon a sandworm if you are bold enough. Huh. Sandworm Horn. Okay. So, Sandworm Horn. So, it is, well, I mean, we know that it's called a Sandworm Horn, as per Vaults of Varn. So, blow outside to summon a sandworm. So that's wild. Now here's the thing. The Sandworm Horn is a Vaults of Varn Exotica. It is something that is a special item, highly sought after by collectors, by treasure hunters, things like that in the world of Varn, right? These humans on the ship, this ancient warship, this dreadnought class warship of a long ago era, crash landed on this planet. They called it Isis. There was nothing around when this place crashed. They crashed on top of a vault. And I'm thinking that this Sandworm Horn is that exact. I love how all this works. This is so cool. This artifact, this Exotica that they have. And I gotta say that it must be on display, right? It must be on display behind, a locked cage or something like that. And they show it to Ardell. His guard friend Lux Darwin accompanies him with Creed Murad while they're walking around on his, I will get to it very soon, his sojourn role, but they are showing him more of what's more important. And he is shown this Sandworm Horn. They don't know what it is, but it's like a a horn that is long and thin, and it's about the size of like a large butternut squash, if you will, in terms of like what the size, and it's very ornately carved in like blue sapphires, and the blue sapphires themselves have small etchings in them that kind of glow, and they are in the shape of like the etchings of the sapphires themselves are inlaid in the shape of a massive creature that looks very much like this. And the natives of the ship, they don't know what it is. They just know that this is a wild thing that they discovered on their ship one day, and no one in memory knows how it got on the ship, or if it was from the ship. Maybe it was an heirloom from the founders of the original crashed ship settlement. So they have been treating it with kid gloves this entire time. But I'm positing that this sandworm horn is the same Exotica that was from the vault that is underneath the crashed ship itself. And I think it got here via the nanomachines. And the nanomachines probably chased it here. Maybe it teleported. I'm actually just going to ask the Oracle real quick. Is the sandworm horn the very same Exotica from the vault that this ship crashed on? I'm going to say it's almost certain, because if it's not, then there's still a story reason why the nanomachines still might be here, because it is something of their world. So almost certain, 90 or less. 94, so no. Of course, I love it when you give the fates up to the dice. It's just, I just love how that happens. Okay, the sandworm horn, as much as I had wanted that to be the case, just because it's cool, the sandworm horn is its own thing. It is a varnish thing, though. It is a varnish Exotica, but it's not the same one that is underneath the ship. So there's yet another Exotica in the same location. So how did the sandworm horn become in the possession of these space-born humans that have been crash-landed here for generations? That I don't know, and I don't know if Ardell will figure that out, but that is something very interesting. So we're going to do a sojourn kind of montage thing here, where I'm going to have Ardell sort of discuss things. He's going to heal. He's going to do a lot of sort of connection rolls and things like that. So I think we're going to move to Sojourn, which I think is right here. When you spend time recovering within a community, roll heart. We are bonded to a few, not bonded, sorry. We have connections with a few of these community members. We're going to roll heart. So our heart is +2. So we get, do we have anything that helps here? Okay. Nothing here helps with the, yeah, and nothing here helps with this move itself, so we're just going to do this. Roll heart. So 5 is above both 3 and a 2, and so the total is 7. So that is indeed a strong hit. On a strong hit, this is a safe refuge. You and your allies may each choose 2 recover moves: heal, hearten, repair, or resupply. Instead of rolling, assume an automatic strong hit for each. Yes. An individual move can be taken more than once. Sweet. So let us look at let us look at Ardell's situation. He's got 10 momentum. He's fine with that. He's got 2 health, 4 spirit, 3 supply. So, automatic strong hit on 2 of these. He's probably going to heal up for sure. So let's heal automatic strong hit. You or the ally take 2. Heal 3 health. So that brings him back up to 5. That brings him back up to 5 on heal. And let's see. Spirit is okay. Let's see supply. Heart and resupply. Repair. He does not need to repair. His bot is healed up. Oh, wait. +2. My fire was at 1. It should be at 3. Okay. Ziva's bot is... her integrity is at 3. His firebrand, his fire store is at 3. He's still got those 3 units of water. Hasn't needed to use them. Items of note. Metal disc with runes etched on it. I wonder where he found that. I can't remember that. But let us do a resupply. And strong hit is you choose 1. If you are unprepared or not, if you are in need of a specific item, so we can either add 2 supply or obtain a specific item, which we're not doing. So we're just adding +2 supply. Yep. So we also go back up to 5 supply, which is great. So we're looking pretty good. Momentum is at 10, health is at 5, spirit is at 4, and supply is at 5, and fire is at 3. But he's also going to take this time to meditate and find a quiet spot within a green space. He's going to excuse himself from the talking and all the work that he's been doing with the bot eradication program, the BEP, as it's been named by what's his face, Alistair Cape. So he is going to roll plus spirit, which is 4, to gain 9. Ooh, yuck! He fails. I'm gonna. You know what? He's. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I mean, he 4 plus 4 is 8, and that is a 9 and a 10 on the challenge die. That's a miss, so he would suffer damage. He's gonna burn that momentum for this, so he's going to burn a momentum. I'll go all the way down to 2, and he's gonna make this a 10, which would make this technically a weak hit, because you have to exceed the number, and if you meet the number, it's still a weak hit. So on a weak hit, you add 2 fire. Yep. On a weak hit, you add 2 fire. So he goes back up to 5. So he's basically full up except for spirit, and his momentum is back down to 2. So his sojourn sort of a situation is basically good. Basically all good again, right? I think I'm going to end the session with a couple of moves relating to his relationship with his guard friend. But I do want to make a new connection. I want to make a new connection with the refit specialist. I know for a fact, what makes sense to me is that they have been working closely together over some time, making these traps and using his old spore gun thing, and he's going to search out a new relationship or give focus to an existing relationship. Roll heart. So he's going to do this one to connect with Alistair, And I think Alistair is also going to be a dangerous per progress. And let's see. Roll heart. So heart is 2. He is going to utilize the protocol bot, so he gets a +1 on this. 6. That's a strong hit with a 2 and a 4 on the challenge die. You create a connection, give them a roll in rank. Whenever your connection aids you on a move closely associated with the roll, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. Okay, so they are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they are a dangerous. Okay. I'm going to say that between this time and all right, so we're gonna make a couple of rolls. We're gonna try to make connection on Creed Murad, the guard, which is Lux Darwin, and also the engineer, the Alistair Cape. Alistair Cape, is that, or Cade? I can't even read but it's Alistair Cape. Oh, it's Alistan. Alistair. Well, it's Alistair now. It's Alistair Cape. So we're going to develop. When you reinforce your relationship with a connection by doing any of the following. I see. I see. So making a connection is one thing. And you search out a new, or give focus to an existing relationship. I see. Not an ally or companion. Roll heart. You create a connection with that relationship. Okay, so that's what we just did. And when you reinforce your relationship with a connection by doing any of the following: swearing a vow to undertake Pellar's quest, yep. Completing a quest to their benefit, yep. Leveraging their help in desperate circumstances, give them something of worth. Sharing a profound moment, overcoming a test. Okay, so we're going to mark progress on, definitely for sure, the navigator Creed Murad, because we completed that vow for him. We're going to spend some time hanging out with Lux Darwin. And remember, we had said that we had vowed to take care of some of the bots. And I envision the story that Ardell tells is the one about the prosthetic wearing utility bot that he defeated. And that was a really good story for Lux Darwin, and he appreciated that. So we're going to give him an updated thing. And with Alistair, the engineer himself, these are both dangerous. Yep. So the guard was only troublesome, so I marked 3 progress on that one. And we also are helping actively the engineer with this quest itself. I might even say that we could fill this one again, but I think this is all one sort of narrative structure and montage that includes all of that. So I think I'm going to end it here. I know that I've been over my hour. Again, these sessions are really hard for me to tighten up. The way I play is very, loose, and then my brain goes off in a million directions. But I want to thank you guys for joining me today. But I think I'm going to have to end it here with Ardell, kind of in a peaceful place. He's making connections with these people. He is kind of finding out a little bit more about himself, that he's starting to connect a little bit more with these humans they look like him, but they speak a different language. He's starting to pick up words here and there. And he's feeling really good about this bot eradication program. and hopefully that'll come out to be a success, for them. But he's feeling a little antsy after about, a few days of talking with these people and learning about their customs and their trading and their food and stuff like that. And he's feeling like he needs to move on. But he does want to ask these people if they want to go with him, or if they need his help with this ship, knowing that these bots are infested everywhere. And but that we'll have to find out on my next session. So with that, folks, until next time, I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.